Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Lightseer's Tarot by Chris Ann, supportive oracle cards, Chakra Wisdom oracle cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen Raish Baskin. I've mentioned it in all the other readings so far, so I'll mention it in this one. Especially this time of year, if you're looking for other decks, I'd recommend Googling the names of some of the people you like some of the creators I just showed you. I think I looked up Stacy DeMarco, and she has her own website. And then she links into like a bunch of other cards. I got all card drunk on that. So went down that rabbit hole, and I think I was down that one for a few hours. So if you're a person that's a card enthusiast, or you know somebody who is, that might be something that you would enjoy. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. What else do we have? Now, what do we have for Taurus? Okay. We don't have a lot of cards out here. But not that I mean, well, we got a bunch in the front here. Let's see where it's going. Because you got a mix of some like good and bad energy at the same time. So it goes the whole way through. So I think something here is going well, but it's seeing it that way that might be the challenge. Because you got discovery with the High Priestess here, which is telling me something is happening, and the discovery with the High Priestess is usually, it's not all good, it's not all bad. It's kind of like taking what you end up with and making the best out of it. It's kind of like, ending up with a bunch of raspberries and then going, okay, what am I going to do with these? And then going, all right, I guess I could make a pie with it, or I can make jelly. And kind of like, I don't really want that, but I guess I could do something with it. I could make a vinaigrette, I suppose. I don't know. I like the cooking analogies, of course, but I'm like, I don't know. It seems weird. It's kind of like I'm stuck with this, but like I don't really know what to do with it. I just ended up with a bunch of them, so now I got to figure out what I want to do with it. You also have grieving here. It says grief, but I'm feeling grieving. High Priestess and is that recovery? It's discovery. Because I'm getting like whatever's coming in, you're discovering it's not what you thought it was. It's not a fail, but it's like that's not where I was going. I keep feeling that because like if I feel that raspberry energy again, I don't know why we're doing this as an analogy. Kind of like I was looking to make pot roast, and I thought I had like a piece of meat in the freezer I could use, and there's no meat, but I'm finding all these raspberries, and I could do something with that. And you're like, I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, there's some things I could do with that, but that's not what I was planning on doing. And now I'm like, now I have to change my plans. It's not bad, because it's like I was going to give it away for somebody, or maybe I was going to give somebody something, or maybe it was for like to lend into a potluck or something. And you're like, I can just tell people that I can't do the pot roast now. I'll make a couple pies and some jelly to give to other people, but this was not my plan. And it's like that drastic of a change, though. Kind of like pot roast is a dinner. Raspberries, can't really make a dinner with raspberries. That's more of a dessert thing. Usually. And I'm kind of like, I don't know what to do with this. I really don't know what to do with this at first. And it's like, this is not my plan, and it's kind of throwing you off. But there's good energy here, because it's kind of like whoever you're dealing with, they're like, as long as you participate, I don't care what you bring. Bring a pot roast, bring a couple pies, whatever, just bring something. They have impartiality with the Nine of Wands, kind of like, as long as you help out, I don't care what you do. I keep feeling that energy. Whoever you're dealing with, they don't seem to care. Like if you're going to make a pot roast, or if you're going to bring a couple pies, whatever works out better for you, they're like, whichever. They don't seem to be bothered by it, which is interesting to me, because that's very drastically different. To you, I feel like that's how you're also looking at it. It's like, I was going to bring in a dinner, but now I'm going to bring in a dessert. Like, that's different. That's so different from what I was going to contribute. And you're hung up on it for a minute. They're not upset about it. I feel like you're also like you're moving things around, and you're like, it's almost like you're looking into things. And you're like, all right, I'll bring 2 pies, I'll make a couple jellies, and you know what? I have stuff to make rolls. I'll bring a bunch of dinner rolls too, and I'll just tell them that this is what I changed it. That way, I can contribute to the dinner, and there's a dessert, and I feel like I've made up for it that way. So I feel like you're kind of making it work. You're making it work. Cool. You're not, I don't know, you're not like distraught about it, but it annoys you. I think it annoys you a little bit. Kind of like, this is not where I was going to go with this. And I feel like part of that also is kind of like, well, wait a minute, where did that meat go? And it's kind of like you're a little bit aggravated with that too. Like, where that meat I was going to use, where did it go? And that's partly annoying you, kind of like, it was there, where did it go? That's another piece of the puzzle that's probably getting under your skin, and probably where you're grieving, kind of like, but where is it? Where did it go? Where did it go? These 2 cards come in next. The Hermit card with the Justice. I feel like, again, I don't see anybody getting upset with what you're doing. I do see you might get hung up on the details, though, because I'm holding these cards and I keep thinking that, like, you know, I was going to make that pot roast and that piece of meat is not there. And I didn't use it. So where did it go? And I feel like I'm annoyed with it. Like, where did it go? It doesn't just disappear. Did somebody throw it out? Did somebody take it? What did I do with it? Like, what did I do with it? What did I do with it? I keep feeling like that's going in my brain. Like, what happened? Did I tell somebody they could have it and not realize it? That's not like me. These 2 coming together, I keep feeling the same thing. Justice with the Hermit, trying to figure out how I ended up in this spot. Like, that's not like me. I plan better than that. That's not like me. The next thing that comes in is the 3 of Pentacles with the Isolation. No answers to like what something's missing. I feel like something's missing, and there's no answers with Isolation. There's no answers coming forward with that. No answers. But the 3 of Pentacles at the same time, you're very good with responsibility. You're like, well, I kept in contact. I said I was going to do the pies and the rolls instead, and the little jellies. So I'm going to do that. 3 of Pentacles. You are doing. You're like, I'm going to contribute, and this is what I can do. This is what I have. I'm going to make it happen. And you do that. And you're still wondering, like, where did that meat go? I feel like it's driving you nuts. Like, it's an analogy, I know, but that one piece is like, where did it go? And I feel like it's hard to let go of it. Kind of like, where in the hell did that go? I plan better than that. And I keep feeling that energy. Like, I keep saying that to myself. I plan better than that. Where did that go? This makes no sense. You got the 2 of Cups and Vanity in the next phase for you. Where, like, there was an oversight, I feel. At some point there was an oversight. The Vanity, I feel like what they're saying is you're not going to find the answer. Whatever happened to it, I don't think you're going to find what happened to it. Whatever, like, I know we're using the analogy of a piece of meat, but that's basically saying whatever it is that's missing, and you're like, that doesn't make sense that it wasn't there, it should have been there, I don't see the answer ever coming in. And I think what they're saying with the Vanity is, like, don't let it consume you. Accept that it's gone. Like, just accept that it's gone and you made good on it. Because I don't see an answer coming forward. The 2 of Cups is telling me what you did to rectify the situation was perfect. It seemed to make things go perfectly. It went well. It's kind of like divinity saying, you know what? I know you wanted to do that pot roast, but that we had more than enough meat dishes coming in. We needed something else a little sweet. We needed the rolls. That's what we needed to this to bring in a little bit of joy to the situation. That's what was really needed here. So it's almost like divinity said, yes, we know that you wanted that, but this is what the situation needed, and you provided what the situation actually needed. So it's almost like that 2 of Cups, and you'll see that what you actually contributed was more needed than what you were originally going to give. So the change actually worked in the favor of the situation. It was really good change. It really did pay off better than expected. It was the answer to whatever you did. Like, I know I'm using like a food analogy, but it's kind of like, what you actually brought some joy and some happiness to the situation that was very much needed. What you actually ended up doing served the situation better than what you originally planned. So it worked out perfectly. It's like the answer to a prayer, and that's what I'm feeling with this. And the King of Swords is kind of like, it's kind of like people looking at you, kind of like, you know what, that Taurus really pulled through. Like, they hit a stumbling block, they changed direction because they needed to, and what they ended up doing actually served the situation better than what originally was intended. And they're looking at you like that, kind of like that Taurus. They seem to really be on the ball. This is looking good for you. This is actually going in your favor more than it would have, is what I'm getting. So people are very, very happy with you. Keep that in mind. Keep that definitely in the forefront of your mind. People are very happy with you. Nobody's upset that whatever originally you were going to do, you couldn't do. People look at this as in, not that you said you were going to do this and you did something else. That's not what they're seeing. What they're seeing is like the Taurus hit a stumbling block, couldn't do what they originally wanted to, but still came through in the end and still contributed and made the situation a great situation. They're seeing you in the eyes of success, total success. You might be seeing you kind of like, oh, I should have brought, like, kind of like I said I was going to do that and I ended up doing this. You might be being hard on you. Be careful of that, because everybody else seems to be very happy with you, at least the people who matter. I know, because I say everybody and I'm like, well, that's a tall order, isn't it? The people who matter see you in a very positive light. Ace of Pentacles is coming in at the end of this. So whatever this was that you did well, this is going to come forward into another opportunity for you. It's definitely coming forward in another opportunity. A really good opportunity for you. The thing is, I'm getting these two cards. Like, you might be hesitant to go into this next opportunity because you have despondence on your side, and also there's complacency here. I feel like because of the way this last situation played out, even though you came through with flying colors, I feel like you're being very hard on yourself. And I almost feel like the vanity is also hitting on that for you. Like, you're being way too hard on yourself. People were very happy with you. And before this next situation can take a root, you seem to be stuck in that energy, kind of like, well, it's almost like you're looking back at it like you made a fool of yourself. Other people are looking back at it like, no, you did great. And they would like you to be a part of the next situation because they feel like you really saved the day. You did perfect. They loved what you did. You're being too hard on yourself. I'm really getting that. I'm getting you need to be a part of this next situation because there's a lot of benefit and a lot of good times connected with the next situation. The next one goes a lot easier too, by the way, because I don't feel any snags or hang-ups like this last one had. And again, you're being hard on you. Other people think you're great. I think you're being hard on you. Don't pass up this next situation because you're going to get back into it. You're going to get a lot of benefit. It's something that's really good that's going to keep on going for a while, and ultimately you're going to make a lot. You're going to get a lot out of it. I feel like this whole thing is don't be so hard on yourself. Realize that people see the benefit in you. I just feel like it's kind of like I keep going back and I'm like, where the hell did that piece of meat go? And I feel like I made a fool of myself. It's not what happened. People see somebody who just kind of like they hit a stumbling block, stood back up, made it work the best they could, and people are very happy with you. Very happy with you. Get involved in the next situation. Keep going forward. Don't pass this up because there's a lot of benefit, a lot of good things there for you. And that's that. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.